Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name is Caitlin Ryan. This is a Vinyasa flow, all levels. I invite you to take it at your speed with your breath. It's your practice. I'll be using a playlist today off of Spotify. It's called Live 2-3, and we can play it together. I'm going to have it through my ear, so there'll be no background vibrations coming through your computer or background noise. You can feel free to play along or move along without any music. So you can cue it up in your phone. We'll start all together. I'm pressing play in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, press Daybreak. That'll be the first song. Make sure your shuffle's off, and it just needs to be at a medium to low level, so not anything too loud. And we're going to start today in a comfortable seat. And find it however it is. If the ankles need to be a little farther away, if they're not comfortable being crossed this morning or this afternoon or the evening, whenever you're taking this class. We're here in the morning. So hands can be down or facing up. Up is a gesture of receiving, palms down. If you need a little bit of grounding and feeling that flighty energy around you. I'm going to find my hands down today. And then just close the eyes and bring awareness in. A lot of stimulation happening in our lives right now. And constant shifts and changes and pivots. We're being called on our truest nature to adapt to our current situations and surroundings. And it's the first time in a long time that we've been called to do that. So that ask alone can cause some anxieties, some tension, some unease. And that's just part of the process. To have full trust in something is incredibly hard. But working little by little to secure that faith, that in any stretch of time, things will never go back, but we will adapt to a new normal. We'll start together with a deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly. And then open mouth, let it all go. We'll take 2 more, breathing in through the nose, allowing the body to fill. And separating the lips, and let the body soften. Last round of gentle breath, inhale. Let the exhale be audible. Finding a little force behind. And then we'll begin to enter into our Ujjayi breath, our ocean sounding, rhythmic breath. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. And allowing the mind to just trace the breath. Inhale. And exhale. And finding yourself on loop here. observing nothing other than your breath. The universal constant, inhaling and exhaling. It's the one thing everyone has in common. No matter your gender, your race, your upbringing, your past, your family, your financials, your struggles and your bliss, all connected by breath. We'll take our hands to our heart. Keep your eyes closed. We'll start to just generate a little bit of heat, rubbing your palms together. You can start to rub them a little faster. And keep with your breath. Notice the body can jolt and move, but your breath and mind can stay centered. Start rubbing your hands a little faster. Notice if it's harder to control the breath. Just 3 more inhales. Your hands should start getting really warm together here. Take 1 more breath in. On your last inhale here, find a pause at the top. Find stillness through your palms. Hold the breath. As you exhale, just pull the palms apart slowly. Feeling the energy in between. You might capture a little bit of energy between the hands and you can accordion in and out. Last breath in, extend your arms all the way open like wings. Reach your arms overhead, big breath. Flip your palms and let your fingers float down by your sides, finishing your energy aura around you. And bright white light of protection created by you. All 10 fingers pressing into the mat. Allow your heart to reach towards the sky, your crown to reach towards the heavens. Deep breath in. Right hand to left knee as you twist the torso. Our first little bit of movement. 2 breaths here. Nice and slow, coming back through center, arms can float up. And take the twist up and over to your second side. Just observing. Good, nice and slow, coming back through center. And settle your hands at your heart space. Setting intention for our practice today. To all flow together. Stay connected by inhale and exhale. You can blink your eyes open. We'll start to come into our tabletop pose. Swing your knees underneath your hips. And we're going to turn our hands to the outer edge, so the fingers are facing the outside lines of your mat, and wrists are facing towards one another. And it might feel good to come off of your mat. I have very broad shoulders, so I have a lot of space to move. But you'll kind of adjust it how it feels good to you. We're just going to shift our bodies side to side. Slight bends in the elbows as it happens. Shifting the hips, shifting the heart. And try to keep the gaze and the spine pretty still. And just allowing the shift to move with control. And coming back through center, walk one hand in at a time, both fingers facing forward. Drop your belly, lift your heart, traditional cow. Press through your hands as you tuck your tail round your spine, chin to chest, into your cat. 2 more, and I'd like you to linger in any spot on the spine or any space in these shapes that feels good. You can continue with the stillness, or you can find any other little shifts of the body, hip shifting side to side or barrel rolls through your torso. And then just notice where the mind has gone and where you can bring it back. Check in with your neck and your head. Make sure it's light. Find delicate circles. Coming back through center. Turn your palms towards one another, or I'm sorry, your fingers towards one another. So now your wrists are to the outside. You kind of have a hugging bear a little bit. You can find a slight bend in the elbows. And we're just gonna find that shift side to side one more time. So pressing a little bit of weight. You should feel a lot in that left wrist, not so much the right. And then up and over the second side, feeling it through the right wrist, right forearm, right tricep, not so much to the left. And one more time to each side. And you're just shifting to where you can feel the sensation, but you're not finding any sort of edge or pain. Good. Come back through center, sit your hips down onto your seat. You can keep yourself low here. Press the backs of your hands onto the mat and let your forearms get a stretch. I always hunch my shoulders up here because it is so much pressure. So see if you can find softness in the shoulders or chin into chest to get a stretch through the back of your neck. Good, and then I'm actually gonna have you sit on your heels here, walk yourself up into a hero's pose and just loosen out your wrists. We'll make our way into downward facing dog from here. Planting hands, rolling over your toes, and sending your hips up and back. So heels pressing into the mat is the goal, but it is not necessary at the first down dog. I would actually like you to lift your heels and bend your knees. So a lot of the pressure is getting from your fingers out of your wrists and then lifting your shoulders or away from your ears using your lats, your side body. And then begin to drop one heel at a time towards the earth as you pedal your dog.
We'll take a little side body stretch from our down dog. Lift both heels from the mat again. Soften your heels over to the right so your feet stagger. Left heel to the mat, right heel to the mat, and then press your hips back towards that right corner. Your left arm should feel a lot longer than your right arm. That's all right. Shake your head yes and no. Deep breath in. Open mouth. Good. Press through the hands firmly. Lift the heels back through center. Soften everything over to the left. And press up and out of the right hand. Take your time coming back through center. Bring both feet to step in just an inch. Bend your knees and walk your hands back to meet your feet. Find a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, release. Press through your feet, reverse to rise. Breathe to sweep all the way up the back of the mat, a full body stretch. And hands to your heart. So a walking meditation to get to the front of the mat. Finding that nice equal distance and equal stance in the feet, rocking side to side, letting the toes lift, the heels lift, the arches lift. And then shifting the weight into the left leg, right foot steps. I would like your heel, arch, and toes to all touch down before allowing the left foot to lift. And then the same thing. Pressing every spot of the foot to the floor, bringing awareness as you do so. And then lifting and peeling before taking another step. It's like you have paint on the bottom of your feet and you want to make the perfect footprint on your canvas. And then you land at the top of your mat, both feet rooted into the floor. Sweep your arms up overhead, inhale. And we'll take a swan dive down. So press the walls away, bend your knees, lead with your heart as you fold forward. Hands to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to your high plank. So we'll soften our right knee to the floor. Kick it out like a kickstand and roll into your gate pose, your modified Bhakti-stasana. And I am going the wrong way, but I just want my body to stay facing towards you guys. Reach your bicep by your ear. Draw your shoulder back. Feel the reach through the fingers. And then extend your back leg so that the toes are now reaching towards your crown. Take a deep breath in as you find a little bit more length. As you exhale, elbow into knee crunch. Good, 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Beautiful, last time. As you extend, bend the back leg, reach around with the hand, connect onto your pant leg, your ankle, your shin or your foot. A quad stretch, a heart opener. Maybe the gaze looks up to the sky. Extending with control, the back leg releases, the front arm reaches, you come back into that gate pose. Back foot is going to drop to the floor. Squeeze your inner thighs, use your core, lift up into your modified gate. Back hand will soften against your back thigh. Front arm will reach towards the back of the room. You're getting that side body stretch from knee to fingers in this modified reversed warrior. Cartwheel your hands down. Turn your body forward and step back into your high plank pose. Good. Option to drop both knees or take your chaturanga high to low push-up. Upward facing dog, press through the tops of your feet, lift your heart. Downward facing dog, up and back. Deep breath in. Open mouth. Lift up high onto your toes. Bend your knees and set your gaze forward. Lightly step or float to the top of the mat and fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse your eyes, breathe to sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep high. Swan dive and fold. Halfway lift. Step back, find your high plank. We're making our way to our gate, second side. So one knee comes down, back leg extends. Keep it to the floor first as you find your reach. And then foot floats. You feel the glute fire, the side hip starts screaming at you a little bit. Exhale, knee into nose coil, or knee into elbow, good. 2 more, inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, stay reaching, hold. Bend the back foot. Connect in towards your ankle, shin. Pant leg for your quad stretch. And you want that heel as close to your seat just to start, and then you can start to press it away. Hips pressing to the front of the room. Nice open sternum, collarbones broad. Takes a lot of strength, resilience to stay here. And the hardest part is coming out with the control. Letting the mind lead you. Leg extending, arm reaching. Dropping the back foot, allow your torso to lift. Soften back hand, reach your front arm, allow your side body to extend. Find a lift and then a lengthen. Beautiful, cartwheeling hands. Stepping back, finding high plank. Optional Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low push-up. Optional Vinyasa always. We're extending into downward facing dog at any time. Right leg will sweep towards the sky. And step your right foot forward. Runner's lunge. Left knee softens behind your hip, so it's a little bit of a diagonal. And both arms are going to reach up towards the sky, so you're in your full low lunge. Take your right hand into your left elbow, left hand around right elbow, so finding a double bind overhead. And then keeping your ribs knit together, press your left hip forward and begin to arc your back, just a little back bend. And you're actually pulling your elbows away from one another to open your shoulder, your side body, shoulder, lat area. Should feel like a nice stretch. As you release, extend your fingers behind you, turn your left toes under, lift your left knee from the mat, and find yourself in your arrowhead. Gaze is out ahead, low belly is strong. Left arm reaches forward by your ear. As you exhale, spin open, find your warrior 2. Find a softness in the front knee, extending and straightening as many times as you need to land in the shape. We'll take 3 gentle warriors, flipping the palms, straightening front leg, both arms reach up. Taking hands to heart center as you bend your front leg, re-extend arms, warrior 2. Inhale,
And exhale. Last time, gentle. Warrior two. Take your left hand and bind it behind your back. Reverse your warrior with your right arm reaching back. You can use that extension, that stretch, to turn your torso. So the heart is reaching towards the sky. You get a little opening through the heart. Still stay bending into that right leg, pressing off the narrow edge of the left. One more breath. Exhale, cartwheel your hands, pivot onto the ball of your left foot. Right foot steps back. You can take an ekapada, one-legged chaturanga, or send right back into down dog, saving shoulders, saving breath. Inhale through nose. Open mouth, release. One more, inhale. Open mouth, release. Left leg sweeps high. Step into your low lunge. Right knee softens down. Find that bind, opposite hand, opposite elbow again. And then just press the hip forward, allowing the heart to lift. Finding the steadiness. This is definitely a balanced posture. Good, releasing the bind. Extending heart forward, fingers behind. Adjusting your back foot so the knee can lift, arrowhead. And that back foot, the heel is right above the ball of toe. So you're getting as much extension forward out of that right hip as you can, so it can be soft and square to the floor. Right hip, right arm by your ear. Exhale, spin the right heel down, open up into your warrior two. Three gentle, inhale. This time we're just gonna float our hands down by our sides for our warrior two. Inhale, flip up, reach up. Exhale, notice the energy around you. Close your eyes. Warrior two to hold. Right hand behind your back, find that half bind. Working the shoulder open. Flip left palm, reverse your warrior. Take a deep breath in. And cartwheel your hands. High to low push up or right into your down dog. Your vinyasa is there if you'd like to take it. Two breaths in your down dog. Separate your feet wide as mat's distance. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Wide-legged ragdoll. So you can keep the legs straight here if you'd like, and kind of use your inner thighs to twist your upper body. Or you can find a bend in the knees and just allow yourself to sway side to side. Depends on where you need the stretch. Through the back hips with straight legs, or through the whole back, low back area with bent legs. Release your hands. Heel toe your feet back into center and slowly roll up to rise. Both arms reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Shift the weight into your left foot. Right knee is going to come right up into your hurdler.
I just want you to extend the foot forward, flexing the toes towards your face, and then lightly step. Notice your heel, your arch, and your toe. Good. And then lift the left knee, draw it up and towards your chest. Use your whole right foot, really plant through that outer edge to feel the lift. And then extend the left leg. Use your core here to keep your heart lifted. Step the left foot forward, heel, arch, toe. Lift the right foot, release the right hand. We'll take dancer. Bend the knee. You can catch the inside, outside, or toe side of your foot. Same exact shape that we were in our gate pose. So you can reach your left arm by your ear, stay it at your hip, or keep it right at your heart. Just begin to bend a slight bit into the left knee as you press your right foot towards the back of the room. Now, it's often that we want to shift all of our weight into our left side and open that right hip. Try your best to keep it square to the floor, even if you don't find too much of an extension in your dancer. Heart is lifted, same pressure into foot, foot into hand. Take another breath in. Come back through hurdler pose. Both arms reach up. Step your right foot outside of your left leg. So your pinky toes are together. You're at a cross leg at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good, nice and slow. Step your feet back. You have the option here to find a vinyasa, or you can step right back into your wide-legged downward dog. Feet to the outer edges of your mat. And then press your hands. Once you get into that wide-legged downward dog, just allow yourself to press. Letting the thighs get a nice stretch, the quads get a nice pressure. And then slowly walking hands back to meet your feet. We're coming through our balance on our second side. Ragdoll here for a moment. Heel toe feet together as you release the bind. And roll up, rise. Hands at heart. We'll take it with the left leg first. Hurdler. Press. Squeeze. Nice lift. And gently step. Hurdler right side. A drishti point of focus. Somewhere your eyes can lock something that is not moving. Extend the right heel. Press. Beautiful. Lightly step. Release the left hand, take a hold of the left foot. Moving into your dancer pose on your second side. So this dancer with the knees connected and the hand just in that first bind with no extension out of the heart is a beautiful shape. If you want to take it deeper, just take it to the point where your heart can stay lifted, where your core can stay intact, and the left hip is doing all of its might to stay rolled down. Nice and slow as you release. Making your way back into hurdler pose. Left leg lifting both arms overhead. Cross the left foot in front of the right. Pinkies come together and you fold. Find a halfway lift. Step out, both feet neutral. Slowly roll up, rise up one vertebrae at a time. Take your hands, clasp them behind your back. Draw your knuckles down past your tail. Keep your low ribs in towards one another and just begin to peel the shoulder blades together, allowing the heart to open. Good. Bend the knees. Keep the hands in the bind. Allow your heart space to drape over your front thighs as you come into this forward fold with a shoulder stretch. So if you notice your shoulders are sinking towards your ears, use your knuckles to draw the way. Let your head be light. Release your hands to your low back. Release the whole bind and both hands to the floor. Plant your hands, step back, find your high plank pose. We're gonna take a count of 10. That's a long trip. So if you need your knees down, let that be the case. Wrap your arms in, start to bend at your elbows, keep your low belly and your core connected, and bend and lower here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep squeezing the elbows in, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Choose a cheek, left or right. Arms are gonna reach out like wings, palms are down. Bring awareness into your belly, your navel center. Notice the heartbeat there. Right hand is going to come underneath your right shoulder. Bend your right foot, right knee rather, so the foot is square to the sky. And then as you press through your right hand, stacking right body on top of left, you can step your right foot behind your knee, or you can keep it floating down by your side. Your head should be able to nuzzle into the floor. If it doesn't, hand on fist, or head on fist, or a block or a pillow. If you want to double shoulder blind, if you want to take another quad stretch, you can always reach and connect. Same shapes, just different orientations. Same principles in each movement. All right, nice and slow. Bringing yourself back through center. And finding it on the second side. Right arm out, left hand under. And pressing up and open. And then notice what part of the body is gripping. The shoulders or the jaws. And take your time, making your way back through center. We're going to take our spinal twists from here. So I want you to lift your upper body to slide your left shoulder underneath. So now you're on the outer edge of that left shoulder. You're going to just turn your torso so that your whole body is on its left side. And then allow, with your right leg is going to lift, the knee will soften down to the floor. And then your right arm will reach up and open into your spinal twist. So a little deeper probably than you normally go in your spinal twist, but you're already here. So it's, your body is used to it. Allow the elbows to bend if that goalpost shape is better. Flex the foot and notice the twist. Extend your arms back out like wings. So you're gonna take your right hand as if you were gonna teach a kid how to, down in the swamp in Florida, gator chomp. That right hand is gonna come right on top of the left palm. I want you to keep your right leg sliding out. So you're coming into your frog leg. Your leg's right there, you're already in the spinal twist, you're just back on your belly. And then both arms can reach out like wings again. Goalpost if that feels better, and gaze over your left shoulder. Getting into that inner groin area of your right leg. A little pressure coming from that inner thigh as you press the knee, press the inner shin to the mat. You can kind of get it a little deeper depending on where you make your pressure points. And then bring your chin back to neutral. Take your hands to the corners of your mat. Begin to press your heart up, and you're in an up dog frog. And it should feel pretty good on that inner thigh, right leg. And then slowly begin to bend your elbows, lower your heart. Slide the right leg back. And we're gonna take it on the second side. So your right arm now is gonna slide under, coming onto the outer shoulder. Set up your left hand so it's in that gator chomp. Turn yourself onto your side body so your left body stops stacking on top of your right. Bend your left knee, draw it up into your chest, allow it to bend and settle. And then take your left arm up and painting the ceiling, big stretch of fingers as you roll yourself open into your spinal twist. You can always add extra resistance, taking hands onto thigh, manually adjusting your body. The goal is for both shoulders to settle to the floor. But if you're slightly lifted on one side, just breathe there. And take the left hand, repaint, breathe it back up and over. Keep sliding the left knee out. Frog pose or half frog. As you bring your torso back through center, the left leg is extended up, foot is flexed. Gaze over your right shoulder. You're gonna bring your chin back through neutral, palms to the corners of your mat. A wide up dog with a frog leg, just press back, let the hips settle. Good, and slowly lower down. Extend both legs back down to the end of your mat. Press up into tabletop and then find your way into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Forehead or third eye center pressing into the mat. You can rock your head side to side. Tabletop pose, glide yourself forward. And just swing your heels around to your seat, coming on to your sit bones. Legs extending out ahead of you. Reach your arms, finding yourself in that high table or serving hands. So we're just going to extend forward for one more forward fold. Scoop your low belly in, reach up and out. You can kind of manually maneuver your sit bones back a little bit as you reach. And just pulse forward. 4, reach, 3, reach, 2. Last reach, hold. Chin into chest. Roll your spine to the back of the room. Draw your low belly in. And begin to lower down one vertebrae at a time. A big C shape. And you're on your backs. Bend your knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Reach your arms down by your side. Fingers might tickle your heels, might not. Roll your collarbones open. Draw your low ribs together and press into your bridge pose. One vertebrae at a time, begin to lower down. Walk your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Let your knees dock in. Left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly, pause. Good. Release your hands back down by your side, heel to your feet back. One final bridge. Take your hands behind your back and you interlace just like we did before. Rolling up onto the shoulders, lifting chin away from chest, and then taking your ribs, making sure that they're in line with your hip bones and in line with your knees. So there's not a big arch and lift, or there's not a big concave there in the middle. Just a flat road. It requires some activation and connection in the body. One more breath in. Good, releasing the hands, sliding the shoulders out, one vertebrae at a time. You lower down, tucking tailbone under. Your tailbone is the last thing to hit the mat. And we'll take Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together. Knees will be out wide. Now I want you to take your hand, opposite elbow, again overhead, connecting the full range of energy as it swirls in and out of foot, up and out of arms, creating that figure 8 shape, continuous loop. And slowly releasing the bind of the arms overhead. Bringing the knees back together, hands outside of your legs for assistance. We'll come into legs up the wall for our inversion today. If you have a block, you can slide it underneath your tailbone. If not, just allow your legs with a slight bend to float towards the sky. So when there's a block underneath, you can find much straighter legs. But if you don't have a block, bend the knees, allow the low back to stay connected to the floor. And then your arms will reach out. Let your feet relax and just notice the sensations in the body. So I live on this river, and every day I'm in awe of the beauty and the gifts that it brings to us in forms of animals and just natural phenomenons, really. And this morning I woke up and I opened Mark Nepo, the Book of Awakening. It's a book I read pretty much every day, and if I don't read it every day, I catch up on the days that I miss, and I've been doing this for years. I mean, the back of the book is completely gone, so it's a daily visit for me. And today's reading was We Share the Same River. You can't make this stuff up. So April 2nd, we share the same river. The river is now in me. We looked into each other and realized that we share the same river. It flows beneath us and through us, from one dry heart to the next. We share the same river. It makes the earth one living thing. The whole of life has a power to soften and open us against our will, to irrigate our spirits. And in those moments, we discover that tears, the water from within, are common blood, mysterious and clear. We may speak different languages and may live very different lives. But when that deep water swells to the surface, it pulls us to each other. We share the same river, and where it enters, we lose our stubbornness. The wave fist wear open when held under the stream of love. You can stay in that gentle inversion for as long as you would like, or when you're ready to lower down, begin to bend 1 foot at a time. And as you extend yourself on your mat, finding your final place of comfort and ease, imagine just lying outside by a river. The gentle bubbling of the stream of water, current, the gentle winds that dance across the surface. And as you lay there, you just notice the river passes by everything and doesn't latch on. All water connected, no body standing alone. Whether through deep, rooted underground connection, or the visible ones we can see with our own eyes. And we are all in the same river. Take a deep breath in. A long, open mouth, exhale. Shavasana.
Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Inviting gentle movement back into the body. Wiggling fingers and toes. Both arms reach overhead, a full body stretch. And knees gather into chest, a tight squeeze. A moment for gratitude. Left or right side, fetal posture. The head rests in the nook of the arm. A moment to revisit your intention. The awareness of the power of connection. Comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Hands will rest at heart center in Anjali Mudra. All together, we'll bring our thumbs to our foreheads, where the light in me honors, respects, and witnesses the same divine love and light that shines deep within each one of you. Together in community, we bow. Namaste.